Hello and happy February! As a quite predictable, not super creative, and maybe even overdone, I decided to use hearts as my February theme this year. I used 2 Crayola Supertips and 1 Papermate Flare Pen to create the look of just a wavy trail of hearts across each of the pages. I really like how this turned out, even if it was a little bit stereotypical for the Valentine's Day not being all of February, but it turned out really nice, leading movement on the page and getting some nice color in places that sometimes get neglected. It actually reminded me a little bit of those cartoons on Saturday morning where Bugs Bunny suddenly falls in love when he smells perfume and there's a trail of hearts leading him to the other rabbit. But overall, it's just a fun theme, and who doesn't like hearts in February? I wanted to keep the calendar page a little bit toned down since the hearts do end a lot on each page, so I went with just simple lines over the top of each of the days section for the month. And that ended up making it easy to separate the page into every single day of the month with plenty of planning space without it being too busy. Sometimes when I block in every single day, it gets a little bit crowded on the page, and this way the hearts really stood out better. To outline the abbreviation for February, I used my biggest, chunkiest pen and chose to do a similar font to last month, and then also used that pen to number each of the days of the month. I like how the dark black really stands out so I can see where each day is without taking anything away from the hearts trailing across the page. And man, oh man, were there a lot of hearts this month. I think it took about an hour and 45 minutes to do the whole spread after penciling it in. And I had such a hand cramp at the end of this spread, but it was totally worth it because I really am in love with how it turned out. The theme continues for my habit and housekeeping tracker pages. And something I really like about this theme too is that it is so easy to draw. Everybody can draw a heart, so it's easy for anyone to replicate this, and it's easy to put on every single page of the month without really turning it into a hassle, because you can mindlessly fill in little hearts in some kind of doodle shape while watching TV or even studying or something like that. The trackers are similar to last month. I have a habit tracker, which is just daily habits that I try to accomplish every day. And then I also have daily household cleanup checklist things. And then I break up chores by days of the week just to make sure that I can organize getting my house done and do things in a way that makes it less overwhelming. If you find it hard to stay on top of housework, I really do recommend this because it has made it a lot easier to just break everything down and do one room a day and stay on top of all the household tasks. For my weekly pages, I'm still fitting 2 weeks onto one spread. And I'm doing this because I know that I'm going to need more planning space as the months continue. So I'm saving a little bit of space now in order to keep everything for the year in one notebook. I really hate switching notebooks in the middle of the year because I like to look back on months, especially when I take notes for work or even just personal stuff, that it's easy to find it instead of having to go home and find my other book and look up what's happened in January when I'm in July. I kept the layout pretty simple with space on the side of each week for big overarching tasks to do this week, and then random notes to take for just a space to have that. I like how I broke this out compared to last month, where there wasn't really a lot of note-taking space or big overarching tasks. And then on the daily parts, it's a little bit smaller than it was last month, but I don't find that I really need that much more room to add tasks for each day, especially when I have the overarching tasks already written out to the side that don't necessarily need a date assigned to them. I used my chunkiest pen to outline the titles for to do this week notes, and also at the bottom corners that tell me what dates are covered in the week. And then I used a smaller pen to write in the days of the week, since I didn't think they needed to stand out as much. It's simple, but this is a great way to just break everything up and have everything that you need to do in a week easily accomplishable and able to be seen and processed when you flip open the book to the page. And here's the final flip through for February.